Welcome to Ray Reads, a podcast where I discuss the books I am currently reading. For this episode of Ray Reads, I will be discussing Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. A lot of people read this as the first book of the Throne of Glass series, which it technically is, but personally, I think the prequel, Assassin's Blade, should be regarded as the true start of the series. I like this book, of course, but the Assassin's Blade is superior and critical to the series. If you have not yet read The Assassin's Blade, go back and do so immediately. Now, in this book, obviously, the competition to select the King's Champion is a big deal. Sadly, the competition lacks the excitement that can be found in other stories, like The Hunger Games. The tests are rather boring. Only the climbing challenge, when Celaena saves Nox after Grave cuts his rope, and, of course, the duel against Cain are worthwhile. The contest, as a whole, is rather disappointing. I thought it would be more thrilling, with higher stakes, like a Hunger Games for Assassins thing. But the overall plot of this series is much greater than this contest, so I can forgive it for being rather lame. This book started out as a twist on the classic tale of Cinderella, hence the glass castle and throne. Clearly, the story has evolved beyond the original inspiration, and I love that. I adore how this story evolves and expands with each book, how this simple concept becomes more intricate. At this point, a big part of the story is the romance. The Crown Prince and the Captain of the Guard both fall for Adarlan's assassin, despite their better judgment. Out of the two of them, I prefer Dorian. He may have been a womanizer, but his love for the assassin encourages him to be a better man. My favorite Dorian moment is when he delivers a stack of his favorite books for Celaena to read, with the hopes of later discussing them together. Honestly, I wish I could dump a pile of books on my friends like this. It would have been nice if Celaena and Dorian had had more time to develop their brief romance. Their breakup feels abrupt, but I understand why she does it. Celaena cannot be the next Queen of Adarlan, and she is rightfully more concerned with her survival and freedom at the moment. And as much as I love Dorian, I miss Sam. Selena still grieves for him too. That brief conversation she has with Dorian about her lost love breaks my heart. Selena does not talk about Sam often, but I always cry on the rare occasion that she does. Losing Sam and enduring slavery has shattered Selena in some ways, but ultimately, she survived. This tragedy has not destroyed her. I love that Nehemia names her Alentia, or Spirit Who Could Not Be Broken. The name she gives Selena is so beautiful, especially since it reminds me of one of my all-time favorite movies, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. I'm not sure if this is an intentional reference, but it would make sense if it was, as Spirit also is forced into slavery. Nehemia, I have to say, is wonderful. I love her. She would make an excellent queen one day. And despite how the two girls have their differences and secrets, Nehemia and Selena's friendship is to die for. Selena has struggled with friendships in the past, specifically with Ansel from the Silent Assassins Guild. Ansel, too, had secrets of her own, and she ended up betraying Selena. That betrayal causes Selena to be mistrustful of her new companion. But Ansel was blinded by her pain, by the loss of her family. Nehemia, in contrast, is striving to save her kingdom, the world. If Selena was actually willing to fight back against Adarlan, these two would be a force to be reckoned with. But Selena is not interested in joining a rebel cause. All she cares about is her own freedom. Still, Nehemia and Elena urge the assassin to step up for the sake of the world. Elena delivers one of the greatest quotes in the series to Selena. "You can rattle the stars." It is a powerful line, and I love it doubly because this quote is also present in yet another one of my favorite movies, Treasure Planet. But Selena is not ready to accept this tremendous responsibility. She is content now to be Adarlan's assassin, the king's champion, even just Lillian Gordana. Her disguise as a jewel thief amuses me because Sarah J Maas has now actually written a story about a jewel thief, the book Catwoman, as a part of the DC Icons series. To end on a humorous note, I have to laugh and roll my eyes when Kale finds out about Selena's monthly cycle. He can study gruesome murder scenes without batting an eye, yet periods make him uncomfortable. I love that even Dorian mocks him for his discomfort. The big, tough captain of the guard really has a way with women. I am going to be frank here. Throne of Glass is far from the best book in this series. In all honesty, the first two books, Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, are a bit lackluster, especially compared to the prequel and the 5 books in the rest of this series. To be fair, these were the author's first novels, so I'm willing to cut some slack. Her storytelling definitely improves, and I absolutely adore this series as a whole.